Here I've got my 96 Dodge 2500 12 valve Cummins here. It's the extended cab long bed. I've had this truck for about 3 years now, and when I first got it, it was not the best looking truck, I guess you could say. I'll put some pictures up on the screen if you guys can see what it looked like when I got it. It was basically bone stock in what I consider a grandpa truck or an old man truck. Starting up on the front side of the truck here, I've got my homemade brush guard that I designed myself. Bolts into the bumper brackets right there, so that sucker is solid. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link up there or in the description as well to it. I've got my flag mounts on the left and right sides of the truck for when I go to Silver Lake on the dunes. I've got my 4 PIA lights on the top for throwing light far down, and they're nice for fog, as you can tell the lens on them. I've got two 24s. The top one is more of a spot than the bottom one is basically a flood. And then I got 3 6s on the bottom. The outer ones I consider the fog lights that I run, and the center one is a strobe that I have with amber and white strobes in the grill on either side. And the headlights are HID halos. I got 34-inch tires on there. Just recently I added some BDS shocks all the way around for the 8800 gvwr trucks with some newer coils that got brand new powder coat on them. I've also down here got my homemade dual steering stabilizer on here. It's also got the steering box stabilizer, this bar here, going down to there, to help stabilize the pitman arm. When I got the truck, obviously as you saw in the picture, it didn't have the tow mirrors. I added the tow mirrors on them. Cab lights also were not on the truck. Those I added afterwards, and dang, do they add some look to the truck. On the bed liner you can see some of the rust possibly. All in here was rusted out, and I'm by no means a body shop guy, but I did bed liner and some fiberglass to help prevent rust from going fast as it was. And up here some of it is starting to show through a little more. The back here, there was a big old hole here. You can see the outline. It was so big I had to use a t-shirt with some resin before I could even think about doing fiberglass to help do the contour a little bit. You see the contour from way out there, otherwise it'd be just some box. Recently, I don't have the video up yet either, I added some traction bars or ladder bars, whatever you prefer to call them. These are all homemade as well. Wraps around the axle down yonder. The exhaust on her is literally a 4-inch straight pipe after the down pipe from the turbo to a 5-inch tip, I believe is what I put on it. I've got the rear light bar here for at night, and then I've got reverse lights on either side, there and there. And I've got my tonneau cover here with toolbox. And up in here, I have bed lights. You can see them, there's a strip up in here. I'll turn them on for you guys in a minute. toolbox has the working CB on it. I've got my flag mounts from my other videos. I moved my mounts to right here on either side. Right here on the door I got backed into by my lovely girlfriend here. So it used to be a straight door, but you know, shit happens, right? Going to the inside, interior's not too bad. Driver's seat as basically every other Dodge has in this entire world. Carpet is not the best. Got Husky liners here. Love these things for the winter. I've got separate carpet in the back here. As you can see, I've got two Pioneer 10-inch subs, 400 watts each. Let's get the bench seat back there. To turn off the truck, I've got the pull cable running to the fuel shutoff valve. I couldn't get a new one that would work for electronic. Got my switches here, my reverse lights, fog lights, 24-inch, my PIAs. This is my train horn / compressor, and then this is for the rear plow backplate that I added to my truck and made. And then once the air compressor switched on for the train horn, I got this button here, and then this switch right here is for the strobes on the front as well as the flags at nighttime, if you look at that video. So let me quick turn on. Here's the two signals on the bottom turned on. Both of those. Got 24s and PIAs. CB does work. Fully on whatever channel. It's a Cobra Classic. Not too much is done under the hood. I got some brand new batteries this past winter. The old ones I'm pretty sure were well overdue. So brand new 2 batteries. Got all the relays up in here for the lights that I have. My positive distribution block. The pump has a number 0 plate on it, if you guys know anything about that. It's basically ground flat. For my throttle position sensor, your TPS, I have one of the 5K linear potentiometers here. Works way better than the TPS. So the pump's turned up. Down in here I've got that spring and whatnot and cable for my fuel shutoff. Now back on this side, right here, my finger's at your, it's like a check valve basically for your injection pump, and it's to your return line to your tank. It holds pressure in there while your truck's not running. That's got the upgraded one, because the stock ones were known to go bad. I thank my awesome uncle for doing that and getting that for me. You've got your EGT gauge, and my boost gauge is over there, that line. Turbo is the stock, I believe it's HX30 or HX35, one of the two. As you can see here again, got the HID lights. Nothing too much done to the motor. It's got a brand new AC condenser, even though the AC still doesn't work. Radiator's newer because I blew that when I first got the truck. Had a little too much fun mudding out in the field. Turn on the reverse lights as well. There. And up in here, it's got the bed lights on both sides. Now if I were to turn on my train horn / air compressor, up in here is your horns, and then just to the left here, protected right there from the cab, is the compressor. the air tank in the back there, and I have a hose outlet there, so if I need to fill tires or whatever, that's actually came in handy while I was out on the dunes to help a fellow dune buddy. This plug right here is for my back blade. Check out that video. I'll have a link in the description as well for that. I also as well have brand new U-joints in the back here. I got a brand new central driveshaft bearing and a U-joint in the front. New U-joint in the back as well. And as I was saying, for the front I got the rear shocks too from BDS. So everything up here is good. I'm on my second transmission with a truck. Having no issues with this one so far. All of the front U-joints, ball joints, bearings, brakes are basically new, and if they're all about less than 1 year old. For four-wheel drive, the actuator I don't like anymore, so I have my own system to manually lock it in. And then I just use the transfer case to put it in and out of four-wheel drive. One thing as well, the KDP killer dowel pin, I fixed that already. The front, not the rear, but the front crankshaft oil seal, that's been replaced because it started leaking like crazy. I'll put pictures of that up from me doing the process of that. And that right there is my truck for you guys. If you have any comments or questions down below about it, put them down below. Feel free to answer them. Also check out the Facebook page. You'll get quicker answers there. And check out some of my pictures from going to Silver Lake or trail riding or whatever it might be. Thank you guys for watching and have a good one.